Well, it really helps to have Rob Collier at the helm. That's his passion. And he is a tremendous builder of strong relationships with all people. And who you see as Rob Collier is who you get all the time. The largest and best compliment he ever got was on one of our visits for the annual Foundations on the Hill visit in Washington was Senator Carl Levin, the most senior of all, a man of great wisdom, look to Rob and in front of 45 foundation leaders in the state of Michigan, proclaim him to be a phenomenal leader and appreciating his work. So there's that. So the real ability is kind of being able to read the tea leaves. And I think our work as a group in the whole area of the development of the tax credit, the concerns that came up with regard to other issues that we thought were going to erode or impede our ability to really move forth. And not just for community foundations, for all foundations. Rob has been that leader. And when it became a concern, for instance, that other types of organizations were going to be lobbying to also be able to offer a tax credit, instead of saying, oh, no, you can't, it was, well, how can we make this work so that we don't really erode the community foundation's effects? So solutions and really, and then involving all the leaders in every community, regardless of type of foundation, and getting to know their local legislators, significant legislators around the state, being able to testify at legislative hearings, also encouraging being proactive about the development of public policy, that it is not scary business, and that it is indeed now with the partnerships of Kyle Caldwell at the Michigan Nonprofit Association and Rob through Council of Michigan Foundations and others. I think that philanthropy, as represented through those two individuals, really has become a respected opinion leader, so that that legislators listen, not necessarily because we're asking for money. We're asking for how can philanthropy help, and which has become a real critical thing, particularly from 2008 on, because the state has been in a recession for more than 10 years, and led to the ability, beginning in Governor Granholm's administration, of the creation of the Office of Foundation Liaison. And I give hats off to Dave Egner and to Dave Campbell for the creation of that, which exists now in Governor Snyder's administration, because it should transcend any governor as an effective voice inside of state government of, now how can we effectively match philanthropy to leveraging state resources or whatever. And a good example of that is the Double Up Food Bucks program that many foundations around the state really added to and benefit access. I mean, so it's been, I think the state has realized that our role in public policy has brought resources to them, as well as an intelligent voice on issues. So it's hard work. You know, I went with Rob Collier one time for, he does an orientation, which he has to do quite a bit, given the fact that term limits are being what they are. So as always, a new, excited, eager group of legislators, and for the state legislators, so he does an orientation, and I'm not so sure that, I think it's a good way to introduce people. I'm not so sure that everybody understands foundations. And Dottie Johnson has, and all of us have given humorous speeches on this, have given serious speeches on this, and it's very serious from the standpoint of, you know, really what I would say at the national level, some of the concerns that I have coming up with regard to, you know, what I would say Congress's view of foundations, and So anyway, what I wish that legislators would do for at least 10 to 15 minutes is just listen. That's all I ask. And because we're not selling them on anything. We're providing good information and good education. That we are partners in the growth of the state of Michigan. I work hand in hand with our county and city commissioners each and every day. And am a familiar face around at our county commission. So it's not just at the state level, it's also at the local level. And I've had many a session, and I can do this walking very briskly to lunch with a county commissioner or a person working in the bureaucracy. But any opportunity I have of just take a breath and just listen for a minute, and then you can ask all the questions you wish. So that's what I wish.